G'day everyone and welcome to the February 2023 edition of Australian Model Railway News. We're going to go through all the news, announcements and updates in the model railway industry. As well as that, at the end I will give you an update on all the exhibitions that are planned for 2023. And this month there is a giveaway, so somewhere in this video there will be details about how to win, well, some prizes. Anyway, let's get into the news. Australian Model Railway News and other videos on this channel are made possible by the Patreons on Patreon. And welcome to the new members this month. And if you are interested in joining the community, there is more information in the description below. As well as the Scale Model Supply, who make excellent paint and modelling accessories, and ABR Modelworks, who provide easy to build structures and modular baseboards, both who offer 10% off all their products for viewers of this channel, and willjamesrailways.com for railway related photos and merchandise. And of course, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with my weekly videos. To kick off the news this month, Aust-N-Rail are going to quash some rumours that have been circulating about their, well, future. They said that they want to address some rumours about Aust-N-Rail going out of business, which is in part due to a couple of shops stocking up. However, this is not the case. They've said that the issue has been some of these shops have placed orders months ago, and due to a few reasons, it's taken a while to get this stock out to shops. They added that they are close to clearing out all existing customer orders. Then their plan is to release some 3D printed wagons this year, and they've said that they have acquired a new printer that are giving them the types of results that they're happy to sell. Off the back of that, they posted some new 3D prints, with the first two almost ready, which are the Victorian Railways IY wagon and the South Australian CS cattle wagon. Then I guess, coming off the back of that, Mark Jesser did add some N-scale NQOX and NKPY wagons to his website, alongside the Linfox containers, which I mentioned last month. During the month, On-Track Models released their 40 and 56-foot louver vans, some of which have now sold out. They've sold out of packs VLX 3 and 11, and they said that there was only one pack of VLX 4 available. Now, if you are keen on getting a pack of two of these, they still have a flat shipping rate of $15 Australia-wide. The On-Track Models vans are now also available at Alco World, Casula Hobbies, Frontline Hobbies, Orient Express, Train World, and the Hobbyman at Narre Warren. Now I picked up a couple of these vans during the month and I am in the process of making a review, so stay tuned for that because it should be out, well, hopefully soon. Traction scale models have a new kit out, the LP type in O scale. These bodies are now 3D printed as one piece using a new 3D printer. These will be a 3D printed model of an LP type tram, and the kit will come with either dummy bogies for a static model or with special side frames to fit power trucks, and once you place your order, they'll send you a message on which version you would like. And these kits come with decals for finishing and dummy trolley poles, and they're priced at $499 and they're available direct from their website. And they said that there are many more models in the works, like the Brisbane Drop-In Centre tram, which is in development, and the Adelaide H-Class, which will be re-released using the new printer. They said that the price has really come down on this one, and that the body is now one piece. Along the Track Models has got a couple of new buildings. First up, the single-storey suburban shop in either HO or N scale. This is inspired by 122 Hawthorne Road, Caulfield. Comes with translucent window glazing, and its dimensions are 89mm by 100mm deep with a height of 56mm. This kit is priced at $50 in either HO or N. Well as that, they've got the double-storey shop. This suburban strip shop is available in HO or N scale and is inspired by 519 High Street Northcote. This also comes with translucent window glazings and its dimensions sit at 104 by 91 by 95mm high. And its price is $70 in either HO or N scale. These kits are 3D printed in PLA plastic, and you can use super glue, polystyrene, cement, or PVA to put these kits together. They do add that some finishing parts are required. The postage on these is $10 per order anywhere in Australia. And for more information, you can check out their Facebook group, Along the Track Models. Pulse 3D has now partnered with Newport Designs to start producing more kits. Is the Victorian Railways BCE, and they've said that the first prints have come out fantastic. that they are now planning on doing the next models, which will be the swing door dog boxes. They've also announced 2 new models of the BPL, the second versions of the timber-sided version and a smooth board side. These models come with a body, underframe and bogie sides. And lastly, Paul has announced that he is working on the release of a VL locomotive kit, which will be available at the Diamond Creek exhibition in Easter. These models are designed to take the Athearn Genesis SD40 parts, bogies and motors, and the price is planned to be at $75 for the 3D printed parts. Now, if you are keen on getting any of Paul's current models, don't forget to check out his website. Now, we're going to head over to Western Australia to hear from Chris at ABR Modelworks, who's going to give us an update on some of his new products.
Hi modelers, it's Chris the modeler at ABR Modelworks, and this is a news update for Australian Model Railway News. Now, as you can see, the workbench is covered in all sorts of bits and pieces as usual. And today I'm going to be announcing for the first time our baseboard system that's designed to go on a shelf or a tabletop. And these are the parts for the initial prototype. Now, the main difference between this baseboard and the other baseboards we currently make is that this one's not designed to have legs. They could be fitted afterwards, but it doesn't come with the leg brackets. And the main reason for that is that it is designed to be as low a profile as possible so that it will just sit flat. You can still bolt as many of them as you like together, but you use a tabletop like a folding table or a shelf that's running around your room, whichever environment you're looking for. But recently we were approached by some N-scale modelers. So what they were looking for was something that was relatively small and light, and that they could join together to make up a N-scale layout. And so this is what we've come up for them. There'll be a few different size variations. They're looking at the moment to have a module that is 900mm long and either 450 or 300mm wide. And so this is a 450 wide model that I'm putting together at this stage. Now, I was hoping to actually have this as a finished product for this news article, but unfortunately time was against me. So I'll be finishing this off and at the same time shooting a video on the building of it, and that will be up on our YouTube channel in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. So this is an alternative to what we currently have. Now, of course, while we're on the subject of baseboards, etc., I'm still working away on ABR lines. In fact, I'm in the middle of shooting the ABR lines extension. And so these are some of the pieces that will go onto the side of the existing 450 wide to make the baseboard wider again. So now, in the meantime, stay tuned for the next release of the ABR Lines vlog. Now, as always, there's been a heap of other things going on in the background, but we'll leave that for another news day. So that's it for this month's news at ABR Modelworks. Have a great day modelling. I'm Chris the Modeler at ABR Modelworks. Thanks for watching.
Roundhouse Models is finally able to announce the HO Scale Trestle Bridge system, which is now up on their website, and you're able to order the custom bridges as you need them, in ranges from 6 to 45 foot trestles, and 18 to 26 inch radius joiners and straight joiners if you are after a straight bridge. The system will range from 4 to 45 foot bridges, in the span between each post is 54mm. The joiners you can choose from a range of 18 inch radiuses up to straight joiners, depending on if you require a straight bridge or one that has a radius curve in it. You can choose what joiners you want to purchase. There are the platforms which are supplied with the extra piece of deck curb to fill in the sides. They've said that if you want to build one of these bridges, to first dry fit the bridge together. Then once you're happy with it, just super glue it all together. Also, at a later stage, they've said that they will do some complete bridge kits available to purchase. These models come unpainted and are 100% high detail resin prints, designed and made in Melbourne. Powerline Models released their HO scale ready-to-run freight wagons during February, which are the VR and V-Line grain hoppers at $65 each, the Victorian Railways, V-Line and Australian National Steel slab wagons, which are all at $60 each. These models seem to be available at most model train stores and of course at Train World in Brighton. Model Railway Scenery Secrets is the third book by Phillip Overton. In it, Phillip has compressed 40 plus years of experience, trial and error, to write a book that breaks down the process of modelling scenery into manageable tasks that are all laid out in logical order starting from the ground up. The book was written to cover both people who are starting out or starting over with a model railway layout, so there are some things in here for everyone. There are a few disaster stories in here, which he shares from years of modelling with different mediums and methods. All of this along the way have helped him turn scenery into his favourite part of the hobby. There are some real life examples that highlight the need to carefully compress a scene in order for it to fit into a model railway layout, and some cheats and tricks to make your scenery and your hobby dollars stretch further. This is a book that tries to stitch all the elements of scenery together rather than push a product or take a one method suits all approach to writing a book on this subject. Finally, there will be a fourth Phillip Model Railway Presents book available mid-year. Model Railway Weathered Wonders, and it will cover all the basics necessary to turn your ready-to-run models into weather-beaten masterpieces, along with tips for weathering structures. Phillip says he's weathered more than 140 models just for this book alone, and you may be able to purchase some of the examples that will be included in the pages on eBay, well, while they last. Now, I've got a copy of Model Railway Scenery Secrets here for one of you to win, so at the end of this video, I'll have some details on how you can win a copy of Phillip's new fantastic book. So now we're going to head over to the United States to hear from our friend George Bogatuk, who's going to tell us all about the new Bluenami chip from Soundtraxx.
Hey guys, George at Soundtraxx here. This week we're really excited to bring you our brand new addition to the Bluenami product line. That's right, our brand new announcement of the Blue 4408. This is a 4 amp, 8 function version of our Bluenami. Let's take a look at the Blue 4408, so let's get started. Now the next addition into our exciting Bluenami product line is the Blue 4408. Now, as I mentioned, this is designed for O scale and larger. Now in this particular locomotive, we have taken it and we have installed it in the tender, and you can just lift the wood load out of the way, and you can see the Blue 4408 sitting right here with wires attached to it. Now the wires are actually wired to the solder pads on the side of the PCB so that they're nice and easy and clean, and also easy to install. So you just simply solder the wires to the PCB, attach it to the decoder with the screw terminals, and then you simply mount it in there with some double stick foam tape, and then the wood load, being a hollow cast load, just simply fits right up over top of it. Now this particular model came equipped with a speaker, so we didn't have to add a speaker to it. So check your models and see, you may have a speaker already in it. Now the Blue 4408, a 4 amp, 8 function decoder based similar to our TSU 4400, which only has 6 functions. So you're already getting 2 extra lighting outputs, but now you get the added benefit of the Bluetooth wireless chip connection directly to your app. So just like the app that we've used with our Blue 2200, you can also see that the app is exactly laid out exactly the same. So we have our bell, our whistle, our short whistle, and then we have our little side pull-out menu, so we can actually go through and enable any of these functions that we so desire. So when we start moving the locomotive forward, you can see we start getting our locomotive moving. We can set the brakes and bring the locomotive to a stop. Reverse, and we can blow our short whistle signals, 3 short. Turn on the bell and start moving in reverse. Release the brakes, and you see that all this is done here with the app, with the side menu being pulled out. So it's really up to you how you want to operate your locomotive. The best part is that all of this is done wirelessly, direct from the app to the locomotive on the decoder, so that way you have no worries. You don't have to have DCC, you don't have to have any of that. You just connect to the app. Your decoder works directly with the app on your iPad and iPhone, Android coming. Now, Blue 4408s are available in Steam, EMD, EMD2, GE, Alco, Baldwin and others, and of course, electric. And these are just like our Tsunami 2 product line. So you're getting the award-winning Tsunami 2 product line with the added benefit of the wireless connection. Now, the last thing about our Blue 4408, one of the great things about large scale is that a lot of you guys have gone and done battery, where you're doing dead rail or onboard power. using battery power. Now the great thing about this is that the only thing you'll have to buy is the battery and the decoder, and you have the free app on your iPad or your iPhone. Android is coming and you'll be ready to go. No more expensive added throttles, receivers, or anything like that, plus the decoder, plus the battery, plus the charger, and so forth. Now you simply mount a battery, you mount the decoder, you wire it up, you're good to go. Saves a lot of time and space, and especially cost. Now the MSRP on our Blue 4408 is $255.95. These are shipping very, very soon, so be sure to check with your retailer, get your orders in, or also check out information at Soundtraxx.com.
So if you are keen to find out more about this Blue NAMI chip for your larger scale models, head over to Soundtraxx website, and there are retail stockists in Australia who will be stocking the Blue NAMI chips. It's just a matter of time of when that will happen. But if you do have any further questions, please direct them to Soundtraxx, who are extremely there to help. So thank you so much, George, for letting us know about that. So in news from Auscision, who this month released the much anticipated Mark I Alco 44 class locomotive. Now Auscision did make mention that some of these models have already sold out and that many more are getting low, especially at the time of recording this. It seems that the Candy models are already exhausted and the majority of the DCC and Sound models are gone. There was a small surprise with this announcement, with an unannounced version being released, which was 4401 in Indian Red as preserved with 3801 Limited. This model featured the 3801 Limited logos. It came in both DC and DCC sound. I also picked one up. I picked up 4403, and I am, once again, in the process of doing a review, so hopefully that will be out soon. I guess the only thing we've got to question is, will Auscision do 44 Mark IIs, looking at the popularity of this release? Along with that, Auscision also have reopened the pre-orders for their dev sets, though with updated pricing for both DC and DCC sound-equipped models, which is now set at $695 for DC and $845 for DCC sound. They added that this is your final chance to pre-order the dev set, with final pre-orders now closing on the 30th of June 2023. They added to that their factory is currently working on a few new tooling changes to improve the radius of the nose, which once this is completed they will move straight into painted samples. Auscision also added new placeholders for the New South Wales BCH coal and BWH grain hoppers, although no information yet. And lastly, the G and BL class release still has the date set at February 2023, but there has been no updates. SDS Models now have the MHO and VHO brake vans out. They seem to be available from most model railway stockists. There are 25 different pack options which cover the span of these carriages' life. These all still seem to be in stock at the time of recording this, although the dyno car seems to be the lowest. The 900 class locomotives have now been adjusted on their website to say that they are being released in the second quarter of 2023. Along with that, maybe a slight mistake, the VR and V-Line Ts still have a slated release of 2022, and although a small update on the private operators says now that they will be released in 2023. But once again, no more updates from SDS and Phoenix Reproductions. And lastly, something that isn't, I guess, Australian, but something that is quite interesting. A HO scale flying Scotsman from German manufacturer Trix. Now, this is in its current livery, and now the detail does look good, and I'm sure it's going to be a good quality product. I think the most interesting thing here is it's HO scale rather than 00, and I do wonder if there is enough of demand for this model. As it ran here in the late 1980s for the bicentenary, I wonder if they would be interested in producing one for us Australians. Now, I know that this Flying Scotsman has come out in this livery and in HO scale before. It was a brass one from PSM, which easily fetches double the price of this one. On that, the Trix one is currently priced at £526, which, as of today, currently is just shy of about $1,000 Australian. So something pretty interesting, and I guess we'll see if it goes anywhere. Anyway, that's all for the news and announcements from all the manufacturers. If there is something that you're keen to get your hands on, let us know in the comments. Now, let's take a look at all the currently announced exhibitions, conventions, and buy swap sell days that have been announced so far. North Shore Railway Modelers Association will be holding their 50th anniversary exhibition on the 4th and 5th of March at the Forestville Memorial Halls. In Epping on the 11th of March, the SCMRA seminar, The Electrified Network, will be happening at Epping Creative Centre, Dents Park, with registration essential by the 28th of February. The Model Railway Craft and Hobby exhibition will be held at the Sacred Heart College in Kyneton from the 11th to the 13th of March. The Train and Hobby Show at Sandown Racecourse is on again from the 11th to the 13th of March. The Newcastle Model Railway Club will have its open day on Sunday the 19th of March. In Bundaberg, Queensland on March 25th and 26th, the Bundaberg Model Train and Hobby Expo will be happening at the Bundaberg Multiplex and Convention Centre. Canberra Model Railway Expo will be held on the 25th and 26th of March at the UC High School, Kayleen. Rail Heritage West Australia will be holding a Models and Machines exhibition on April 2nd. Bendigo Model Railroaders will be holding a second-hand sale at the Kangaroo Flat Library in Bendigo on Saturday the 8th of April. The Sydney N-Scale Model Railway Club will have an open day on the 15th of April at their club rooms in Rockdale. The Yarra Valley Model Railway Club will be holding the Diamond Creek exhibition on the 8th and 9th of April. The 15th Narrow Gauge Convention will be hosted in Melbourne over the Easter long weekend, which is April 7th to 9th. AMRA Queensland will be having their open day at their club rooms in Zilmere on the 15th of April. Brisbane Model Train Show will be happening over the 6th and 7th of May at the Brisbane Showgrounds. Epping Model Railway Club's Great Train Show will also be held on the 6th and 7th of May at the Rosehill Racecourse. On May 20 and 21st, Latrobe Valley Model Railway Association will be holding an exhibition at the Warragul Exhibition Hall. Murray Railway Modelers' annual Model Railway Exhibition will be held in Albury on the 20th and 21st of May. Gisborne Vintage Machinery Society Steam and Vintage Machinery Rally will be happening on the 21st of May, and their model railway will be on show. On May, Sunday the 21st of June, the Railway Modelers Club of Queensland will hold an open day and buy swap sell day at its club rooms in Brendale, Queensland from 10 to 1. AMRA Western Australia will be holding its annual exhibition on June 3rd to 5th at the Claremont Showgrounds in Perth. Over the King's Birthday long weekend, in South Australia, they'll be holding the Adelaide Model Railway Show, which will be held at the Greyhound Racing Track, South Australia, from the 10th to the 12th of June. In Melbourne, the Waverley Model Railway Club will have its exhibition at the Brandon Park Community Centre. The Grampians Model Railway Exhibition will be held on the 8th and 9th of July in Stawell, Victoria. The Australian Model Railway Association Victoria will be holding its annual exhibition at the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds Square Town Pavilion on the 5th and 6th of August. This is normally the exhibition that happens at Caulfield, but this year the event has been moved to the showgrounds, with more information coming soon. The Sunshine Model Railway Club will hold its annual exhibition at the Braybrook College Sports Stadium on the first weekend in August. The Gold Coast Model Railway Club will be holding their open day on August the 5th. The NMRA Australian Regional National Convention will be holding rails at Rose Hill from the 29th to the 2nd of October. The 3 days will see clinics, layout tours, and more to suit modelers from beginner to more experienced. More details will be available soon, but in the meantime you can check out their website, nmra.org.au/Rosehill. Their convention, Rails at Rose Hill, is open to all with an interest in the hobby. Interested members can keep in touch with the convention as it develops via their website. In Adelaide on September 2nd, Modelling the Railways of South Australia number 27 will be held at the Flinders Medical Centre, Bedford Park. On October 14th and 15th, the Golden Valley Model Railway Club will be holding its exhibition at the Macintosh Centre in Shepparton. And lastly, the 2024 National N-Scale Convention has been announced, although with more details to come, at this point we know it's going to be held in Victoria. So that's all for exhibition updates. Of course, if you are in a model railway club and you do have an event coming up, please reach out and I'm more than happy to add it to the news. And of course, if you attend one of these, let them know that you saw it here on the Australian Model Railway News YouTube. So on that, this month is looking pretty full for exhibitions, at least for myself, and you'll be able to catch me at the Forestville exhibition in Sydney, the Sandown Racecourse exhibition, as well as the Kyneton exhibition, and lastly, I'll be at the Canberra exhibition at Kayleen. Now, this month's question, I came to the realization, I guess at the end of last year, start of this year, that I really need to narrow my collection, or the scope of my collection, at least in HO scale. As much as I'd like to collect everything Australian, unfortunately, that just isn't financially feasible. So I decided to start collecting pretty much just late 1980s to the mid 1990s Australian railways, mainly Victorian, New South Wales and South Australia. So do you do something similar? Do you model a very narrow scope of prototype modeling, or do you just collect a bit of everything that you like the look of? There's no right or wrong answer, but feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. So, on to the competition. If you'd like to win a copy of Phil Overton's book, and I'll probably sweeten that deal by throwing a hat in there, you can head over to my website where there'll be a drop-down link for competitions. Simply fill that in and email it off. The one caveat though on that is you do need to be subscribed to the YouTube, and I will be checking. So if you get all those in by the end of the month, I will announce the winner in next month's episode. On that, if you are a Patreon, you will be entered automatically. It is one of the many little perks of being a Patreon. And if you are interested in becoming a Patreon of the channel, which gives you primarily early access to videos, there are links in the description below. So once again, thank you to all the Patreons, as well as the channel sponsors, the Scale Model Supply and ABR Modelworks, who both will offer 10% off their products for viewers of this channel. And of course, everything that I have mentioned is in the description below, which is just a little tab, you drop it down and it's got all the appropriate links. Anyway, I hope to see lots of you at exhibitions this month, and I'm really looking forward to getting more videos out to everyone. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching Australian Model Railway News for February 2023, and I'll see you soon. Hooroo!